My wife promised not to cheat again and still continues affairs with multiple men, including an ex and a married coworker. Even after I received a devastating medical diagnosis, she uses my absence to continue cheating. She now showers me with affection, but I sees it as manipulation. My wife, F47, and I, M50, have been together for 20 years and married 18. We have 3 teenage kids. I work long hours 5 or more days a week, and she runs her own business out of our house while running the kids around and keeping our house going. At about 8 years and I found out that she had been talking a lot with an ex of hers. Text messages, emails, and phone calls. I read and printed a lot of the conversations, and none of it was innocent chatter. I confronted her, and she assured me nothing had happened and that it would end immediately. Being on high alert, I continued to snoop and eventually found out the conversations had just moved to her Messenger account. This led to more arguments and me threatening to leave. Her behavior actually didn't end until I went and confronted the other guy myself. I explained calmly how his actions were impacting my marriage and our family. I also let him know that I could impact his family in a similar way. We both had similar type jobs, and I know how his behavior could impact his job. I let him know that if he did not stop what he was doing, I would let his supervisor know what was going on. This was the only thing that stopped their interacting. It took a long time for me to forgive and move past that situation, but I did eventually. In the last couple of years, we have been more open with one another and have expressed our sexual fantasies with one another. One of my wife's is to be with other men, multiple men at the same time to be more specific. She has even mentioned wanting to be a part of a 10-plus gangbang. She also wants to try DVP. As we have become more comfortable, I have told her that maybe at some point we could try and make this happen. This led us to opening a FetLife account to explore her fantasy a bit more and see what kind of response her pictures would get. Shortly after opening the account, she began to receive friend requests and a lot of followers. Around that same time, she left her email open on her computer. I saw in her inbox that she had a ton of emails from a very sexually suggestive username. Of course, I opened them and read them. A lot of them. Again, none of the conversations were innocent in nature. There were also thousands of emails going back 8+ years. This was another guy from her past. This time, though he was a married guy, she was fucking before the both of them would go to work. What hurt even more was I found out in my reading that the two of them fucked the whole time we dated, were engaged, and even the first few months of our marriage. What added insult to major injury was he was one of our friends on FetLife. He sent the very first friend request we received. I was able to confirm this because his avatar was a cock pic he had sent her in one of the emails. Plus, she had told him that we had opened an account and he should send a friend request. She also wanted him to be a part of the gangbang if we ever did plan one. Like I said, there were thousands of emails, and the things I have read are truly sickening. On top of reading that they have been getting together in hotels, meeting at bars when I am out of town at athletic competitions with our daughter, and utilizing her work-from-home status to their benefit, she also confided in him that she was meeting the previous ex years ago without my knowledge. Something I was not aware of until now. The last knife in the back was after initially finding out about all of this and her again promising me that it would end immediately. I received a pretty devastating medical diagnosis that had me hospitalized for weeks and needing long-term inpatient care. Instead of snapping back to reality and prioritizing our family and trying to repair our marriage, they looked at my diagnosis and care as an opportunity for the mice to play while the cat is away. I've since confronted her several more times, and she swears it is over only to find new accounts I was unaware of where they continue their antics. I am also pretty sure they have burner phones. She is also over the top telling me how she loves me, can't lose me, and needs me in her life forever. All of which make me want to puke, because she has lied so often and frequently, plus she never stops her behavior. The only reason she stopped the first time was because I confronted the other guy, and if I want to salvage what is left of our marriage for the kids' sake, I'm going to have to do the same this time. That and threaten to forward the info I have to his wife and adult kids. At this point, I know I should leave and move on. Try and build a new life for myself and our kids. But that is the rub here, the kids. I know they would be devastated if either of us were to leave. I'm thinking I need to confront him first and see where things go from there.